And we've got example one, part one coming our way. We can see that for example one this time there are several parts to it. This is one of my most favorite problems ever. And when I saw this problem the first time, I was honestly shocked and amazed at what the result of what we're about to dialogue is. So I hope that you find this to be valuable. I certainly do. With that, let's get started. There are twins who graduate from college together at age 22 and start their careers. Twin 1 invests $2,000 at the end of each of 8 years in an account that earns 10% compounded annually. So this twin has invested a total of $16,000. They've just basically pinched their pennies all year, put $2,000 into an account at the end of each year for 8 years. That's from age 22 to age 30 that they have done this. After the initial 8 years, so at age 30, twin 1 puts no additional contributions into the account, but the investment continues to grow and earn 10% compounded annually. And so we need to talk through this just a little bit, everyone. When the twin is putting money in the account every year, this $2,000 every year for 8 years, that is something we would classify as an annuity because it is having regularly scheduled payments made into it for these 8 years. After that, when the twin stops making contributions to this account, it is no longer an annuity, but it will continue to grow by compound interest. And so we will need both an annuity and a compound interest formula when we begin to work on this twin's situation. Twin 2 invests no money for the first 8 years, but then here's about what Twin 1 was doing. So these guys are both 30 years old now. Twin 1 has $16,000 sitting there and is not putting any more money in the account. Twin 2 has caught on to what Twin 1 has been doing and decides, hey, you know what? I'm going to do that for the rest of my life until I retire. And I bet that I'm going to end up with way more money than my brother does because I'm just paraphrasing what's written here, everyone. I'm going to end up putting in $2,000 for 35 years from age 30 to 65, and I'm going to put in a total of $70,000. And I'm going to have so much more money in my account than my brother does when I retire. It's going to be ridiculous. He's going to be so green with envy. And so again, the situation here, everyone, is the investments have the exact same characteristics. They are both earning 10% compounded annually. They both put in $2,000 at the end of each year. The only differences are that Twin 1 did this early, from age 22 to 30, and only put in $16,000, and Twin 2 waited a little while to get started, starting at age 30 and putting in for 35 years until he retired with a total of $70,000 going in. It's important for us to be very clear about what's happening in this situation before we move on. So if you need to watch the video again to make sense of what's happening or read through that 10 times to really deeply understand what the situation is between these two twins, I really suggest that you do that because this particular problem is super powerful in my book.